Oh, yeah. Little sleepy. Pardon me. Pardon me. For I hath cleared my throat. I got up way too early this morning. I'm just gonna sit out here and jam for a little bit, or vibe, as the young folks these days say. I'm gonna hang out and vibe in the shop. Good Lord. Look at this. I should probably wash my hands. Nope, they're good. They're only partially dirty. Doing the old dual live TikTok over here and YouTube over here. Hello, Hunter. I do not have a Chevelle. But just like every car, I want one. I got a friend, actually, I'm wearing his shirt. He's got a charity car show series. He's got a really nice 69 Chevelle. I didn't ever show it to you yesterday. Oh, Lord, let me do it real quick here. It's hard to show all the cars to everybody, but I remember. I think I did show it to you, but I think you may have left because it took so long. This was the 1979 Ford F-150. You can see where it burned. Yeah, I did show it yesterday. I think I fixed it. Everything under here caught fire, as you can tell. But all of this burned: the distributor, the wires, the carburetor, the air cleaner, the ignition control, the wiring harness for the electronic ignition. It all just burned. I was able to find a donor truck. Clean it up a little bit. These are all the books. This is everything that burned. Carburetor. Right now I've got the fuel coming out of here. I'm going to have to take that off and replace the fuel tank. '79 Ford F-150. The cooler part about that is I've been learning a lot about Fords going through that process. I've got this Roadrunner's a manual transmission. What's up, Kuntz and Riza? I think. I got YouTube over here and I got TikTok over. Look at my hands. I should probably wash them. Interesting. I don't know. Can anybody else hear me on YouTube? I don't think I have a mute button on there. Oh yeah, we got the Dodge lover over on the YouTubes. Hanging out on the TikToks and the YouTubes. What else you got to do to the car, Hunter? When are you going to be able to drop the 427 in there? Oh, G-Man follow. Basically, let me go ahead and give you my spiel. AuxAuto is an automotive nonprofit. I provide financial mechanical assistance to people that depend on their transportation for a living. I basically pay the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicles safe or operational. And then I come on here and I showcase some of my projects at my shop and some of the things that I do. And I basically just try to get attention and followers on TikTok and YouTube. And hopefully one day those turn into some sort of income that I can pay for all my AuxAuto assists with. I've done 15 of them so far to the tune of about 15,000 bucks. And I don't come on here asking for money. I just come on asking for support. And hopefully one day I can do one a month. It usually is one every time I can afford it, kind of thing. Anyway, that's my spiel. I do that like 400,000 times throughout the night. Also, I'm trying to get to 5,000 on TikTok and 1,000 on YouTube. That's my goal for this week. And I think I've got allergies. Probably should take some allergy. What's up, EW? I'm getting putting new tires on it tomorrow, and I just take the tires over to the shop instead of taking the whole car over there. Oh, gee, man, I don't know. That's way above my skill set. My thing is like 65 to 75, and I'm honestly not very smart about those. I think somebody just had that done though, and that I know, and I think it was like $600 or $700. Well, Janie Hannah, that's why I got YouTube over here and TikTok over here and my unwashed dirty hands, because I was working on this 68-300 today. Yeah, it costs $6,700. Angry catfish. I don't even know what that is, but man, I tell you, I say that on purpose to people, and it frustrates them because I'm not the demographic that says 6'7", but I still think it's funny. I blew the starter out of the 68-300, so I got to pick one of those up tomorrow. I got a tire run and a starter run tomorrow. G-Man, so that's what I used to do, or that was the beginning of AuxAuto, this whole automotive nonprofit. That's one of the reasons I bought the shop, was to bring cars here to work on them, but I'm so far out in the country that it's not a really good allocation of resources to haul cars way out here. So typically what I do is I coordinate with a shop near where somebody lives that I'm trying to help, and the shop works on it like a real shop, so they're insured, guaranteed, and their work's guaranteed, and their parts are guaranteed. So now I just work on my projects out here, all this stuff, and kind of showcase some of my things, and then do a lot of promoting out here. What do you got? What time you got to get up in the morning? Anthony, this is a 383. It's the original engine out of this 69 Charger. Oh, you could hang out here for like 20 or 30 minutes and then go to sleep. Unless you're like on Germany time and it's 3 in the morning. Appreciate it, Eric. I do too. Welcome back, Bloomy, over on YouTube. I got TikTok on one device, YouTube on the other one. Trying to get to 5,000 on TikTok and 1,000 on YouTube. Bloomy, I'm just hanging out.
As good as I've ever been. Cowboy, you talking about the dark yellow one? Dang, where you at? EH? That yellow one is a 74 Chrysler New Yorker. Where is it that it's 1 o'clock in the morning? I'm Central Time. It's 8, 6 on the West Coast. I'm lost. Oh, Dogwood. Everybody that recognizes the hat, I consider an OG. So welcome to the OG club. Not a lot of people know what it is. But it was one of the things that got me into car stuff because there was a lot of car shows and races and stuff like that back when I was a kid. So I'm a family of 5, and a lot of times my family would play card games that required 4 people, and I wasn't really interested in it. So I'd end up in the basement taking apart lawnmower engines and stuff, and then I'd be watching TNN while they're playing cards. And TNN was a big part of that. Yeah, get some sleep, man. I don't know where you are, but I appreciate you hanging out for a little bit. What is that? Did I just transcend through the galaxies of time and passions? But EH, if you're still here, being here helps me support my automotive nonprofit, so I do appreciate it. But yeah, you should probably get some sleep. Don't stay up because of me. Yeah, I got a Galaxy. I feel honored. Anthony, any clue why when I try to wire up my ignition system, either my coil gets smoking hot or what's your BR? What car is it? I just had that issue with this 68. Oh yeah, okay, sorry. I don't. So I've had an ignition coil explode on me one time. Not explode, but a fireball shot out of it. But I was also trying to rewire the ignition on an electronic. Well, it wasn't. It was an '88 Chrysler Fifth Avenue, and I was taking all of the computer and all of the hoses off of there to put a manual ignition back in. And I think I had it wired wrong. I don't think, maybe I had to switch the wires on the ignition coil. I don't remember what it was. But yeah, it was pretty scary. Yeah, I think I was doing the same thing. No, let me think. I don't remember if I had the ballast wires switched. Yeah, I don't remember enough to be able to give you a suggestion. Crazy Foot over on YouTube building an 800 horsepower over. Good God. You know, I never was a big fan of the Avalanche until I saw one that was lifted. And I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. It was lifted, and I think it had straight pipes or something. Roberto, you talking about on Chryslers? Back when it was mostly Chrysler. Yeah, I think you're right. I may have missed a comment, but I actually so I took a starter off of this 74 New Yorker. It's a 1974 New Yorker. I put a new starter on it because I thought the starter was bad, but turns out it wasn't the starter. It was a different issue. And I ended up taking that starter from a 74 New Yorker, it's a 440, and putting it in this Roadrunner when that starter went out. And then I've got a starter from a 69 Imperial that I took out that is the same thing. So yeah, for the most part. Yeah, Jonathan, I can hear it in a little bit, but it's difficult to start a car. That's probably why my starter went out on the 68. This one's loud and obnoxious because it's got a straight pipe on it. It's a little different on YouTube. It also has a really bad miss. I'm not going to start the Charger because it's on the lift, and I can't start the 68 because I blew the starter out today. Yeah, I just bought a starter for the 68. That's what they called it. Gear reduction. I'm not sure, Jonathan. I usually, towards the end of when I'm in here, or if there's a bunch of people, it really depends. I'll walk around and I'll show some of the cars, open the door, show the interior of this one, what I got going on with the Charger and the 74. I'll probably be on here for an hour. I got up pretty early. I got to get up early tomorrow. You got to get up like an hour and a half early in order to drive 30 to 45 minutes anywhere from where I am at the shop. What's up, Anthony? Man, I might need a Kleenex or something. I think the fall weather's getting to me. You know what else is getting to me? It's this funk music playing. Phone charger. Just hanging out here on TikTok and YouTube at the same time, hanging out in the shop. My automotive nonprofit is called AuxAuto, and I'm here at the shop on the complex of Aux Land. It's another YouTube channel that I recently started where I kind of showcase things I do around the property. Could be pretty interesting, I guess. Or it could be kind of boring. I don't know. Kind of a boring guy. Trying to get to 5,000 on TikTok and 1,000 on YouTube. That's kind of my goal. I've been going live every night this week so far. A little earlier than I usually do. Oh, Koontz, I appreciate that. Oh, Ash. That is a 1969 Dodge Charger, originally a 383, which is sitting right here. Now it's got a 440 from a 1973 RV, which is unfortunate. Well, it's fortunate because it's a cruiser engine. It also has a lot of potential to build it, but it also doesn't have the compression that an engine from 68, 69 had. So I had glass packs put on this today, and it's still pretty subtle. It's not like this 383, this 1969 383. That one's punchy. Yeah, it was always my dream car too. It's going. I got a lot of stuff done today, and I got up early, so I'm kind of tired. I got the exhaust put on the Charger. I got the wheels taken off. I got a timing issue done on the 68. I had to readjust the points on it. I blew the starter out in it. Put some transmission fluid in the 74 because it leaks everywhere. I walked through town for about 2.5 miles while the car was at the shop. Oh, nice with the Judge. Is it orange also? Jeff, are you on Facebook Marketplace? I haven't had a Mustang in here in years. Oh, you talking about the red one? Hey, Ash, thanks for hanging out. You being here helps me support my cause. AuxAuto is a 501c3 nonprofit. I basically pay the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicle safe or operational. And I come in here and I try to promote it, and then I showcase some of the things that I have. And hopefully one day all the support turns into some kind of income, and I can pay for all of those things instead of having to do it myself. Jeff, so back in the day, everybody used Craigslist or Auto Trader, but I feel like everything's kind of going to Facebook Marketplace. It's honestly, it's where I bought this 68. It's where I bought the 74. It's where I bought the 88 Fifth Avenue that I have. It's where I bought the 69 Newport that I have. It's where I bought the 69 Imperial that I have. It's where I bought the 440 out of the Charger that I have. Man, if I had a Ford, I'd be interested in it. I got a Ford truck that I'm working on for somebody else. Aaron, I'm constantly working on all of them. But today I was working on this 68, trying to get it dialed in. Seems like it just randomly has issue with the points. But I think I got it taken care of. And I finally, when I got that taken care of, the starter kaputs on me. And I think it even like blew a little billow of smoke. So it's done. So I got to go pick that up in the morning. But I tell you what, man, this 68, here's the difference though. Because in the Charger, I've got a 1973 440. And that's obviously after they detuned them for emissions. And it doesn't quite have the compression ratio as this one. But man, this 68 300 with the 440 will scoot, which is crazy because this one doesn't, but it's the same engine. Well, not the same, but it's 440 cubic inches. Oh, heck yeah, Roberto. Those 383s are, they're quite a force to be reckoned with. That's what this one is. Well, Jacob, I got, we'll go take a tour of them here in a little bit. I keep having to get up and go start the car and then sit back down and then show somebody one of them and then come over here and then show somebody another. I got TikTok on one device. I got YouTube on the other. So I'm trying to appease the crowds. I just made a video of the 74. I finally pulled it out of the shed that it was in. I went to I cut the muffler off it because it had a leak in it, and then I went to O'Reilly or something to get a bunch of other stuff, and I forgot to get a muffler. I was just gonna bolt on something, and I I forgot. So it's still got straight pipes on it. It's a 74 440 with straight pipes on it and with a miss. But I took the Flowmasters off the charger, and I think I'm going to put one of the Flowmasters on that one so it's not so ridiculous. Jacob, I'm not sure, but I do know one thing. For example, I bought this 74 New Yorker for $1,200. $1,200 in 2020. And I'm pretty sure even in the state that it's in, I could get more than that. Hi, Kyle. Which is crazy because nothing's cheap anymore. Originally, I got into the C-bodies because in 2019, I was trying to find another charger. But the cheapest one I could find was $14,000, and it had no engine, no interior, no glass, and it was rusted out for $14,000, and I couldn't afford that. So I ended up finding this 68 Chrysler 300, had the same drivetrain that I was used to with the Mopars and the 440, the 727, for $2,500. And then so I got into the C-bodies. After the 300, it was a 74 New Yorker, and after that one, it was the Imperial, and I've got that in another building out here at the Auxland complex. David, that is correct. That is a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner. I named Bill after the original owner. Yeah, they're easier. You have to work on them more, Jacob. They require more attention, but it's easier attention. You don't have to know how to program computers to work on them, which is cool. And I think that's what I like about it, because I guess my mind is more mechanical than electric. So when there's a problem with it, I usually can work through the issue better because I'm not having to use a computer to solve my problems. You talking about on the 68? Check my ballast resistor on the 68. Andy, I'm in Middle Tennessee. Oh, Jacob. You're breaking my heart over there. Wrecking the Chargers. What's crazy though is you could have a wrecked Charger and you could still sell it for like $7,000. Andy, yeah, this is my shop. This is AuxAuto. I started an automotive nonprofit a couple of years ago in 2021, and I originally got the shop to work on cars, but it didn't make a whole lot of sense to haul cars way out here in the middle of the country. So now I just work on my projects out here, and I coordinate with other shops when I'm doing one of these AuxAuto assists where I'm paying the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicles safer operational. And then I showcase stuff out here at my shop and some of the stuff that I'm working on, and I make stupid videos out here. Maybe, Andy, what's wrong with it? I mean, here's the thing. I don't work on things here, but I don't really provide automotive assistance to people unless it's like a demonstrated need. And working on a project car isn't usually what it is. Usually it's their daily driver that they depend on to get to school, to work, to medical appointments, to pick kids up and do that sort of thing. But I'm not beyond taking on a project that has an interesting story, like this Ford F-150 back here, this 79. I ran into the owner of that truck and just started talking about the truck, and it turns out that it's been in the family since it was new, and the person that bought it is getting up there in age, and they really wanted to get it running again. So I was like, hey, maybe I could take on that kind of project. So I do stuff like that, but not usually. It's for some kind of demonstrated need. Fuel and wiring. Yeah, do it. Anthony, the truck was running, and then I think what happened based on the fire damage, the rubber hose that connects the metal fuel line to the carburetor, I think it dry rotted, and I think it spit fuel out onto the distributor because they're very close, and it caught fire and it burnt the distributor and the plug wires and the ignition coil, the carburetor, and the wiring harness for the electronic ignition. And I actually found a donor truck a couple weeks ago up in Kentucky that had everything on the engine that I needed, because the guy that I got it from, he takes all the panels in the hood, the front clip off, and the bed, and the doors, and he takes all of those things and puts them on modern trucks, which is pretty cool. So he didn't need any of the stuff in the engine, and I was like, dude, that is what I need right there. So I was able to use all those parts to get the truck running, and I still got to put a gas tank in it. It runs, but the battery right now is in the 68. I may end up having to get the carburetor rebuilt because I really don't have time to do it. And I've got to get a fuel tank, so I got to pull the bed off of it just because it'll be easier than replace the tank. And I think it'll be a runner. It's a runner right now, but I've got the fuel coming from a 1 gallon tank in the bed. GB followed. What's up, GB? The heebie-jeebies. The whole point of being here. So since you follow GB, I got to tell you, AuxAuto is an automotive nonprofit, and I provide financial mechanical assistance to people that depend on transportation for a living. I basically pay the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicle safer operational. The last one that I did, usually these things come about through somebody that I know, because I'm not that big of I don't have that big of a footprint. And so all of these things come in from somebody that I know, because there's kind of got to be a vetting process, because I can't just send money out and I can't just pay a bill in Wamsutter, North Dakota. So a friend of mine, his wife knows a teacher in Nashville, Tennessee, and her car broke down at school, and it went to a shop, and then they got a hold of me, and they're like, hey, she's doing her thing. She's educating the next generation. And apparently her shop bill was going to be like $1,500 or $1,600. So I called the shop and I coordinated everything and figured out what was wrong with it. And ended up covering the bill. But it was only like it ended up just being something that was less than what they thought it was. So they actually refunded me about $600, which was cool, because shops don't usually do that. But anyway, that's kind of how those things come about. That was the last one that I did. That was the 15th one. They usually come out to about $1,000 a piece. Some of them less, some of them more. Mo Parquet, what's up? Keep thinking someone's pulling in here because I hear gravel. What's up, GB? Lay it on me. Loving life and living. I can tell. Loving life and getting jiggy with it. Living the dream. Mo Parquet knows everybody. Every time I talk about something, she's like, oh, I met them at something. Yeah, this one right here, it's a 1969 383 that actually came out of this Charger. Look at my hands. Yeah, Mo Park, that's what it's networking, you know what I mean? Like, that's the way it is with everything. Back when I played music, it was the understanding was it's not what you know, it's who you know. And that's kind of true. It's who you know and how you treat them in the automotive world. Yeah, it is. I was talking to the owner of that Ford that I'm working on, and she was talking about the same thing. She started doing lives, and then kind of got a rotating, an influx of people that came in constantly, kind of like you being here. And then they all get together like once a year now, which is cool. And that's what we were talking about last time. Remember all of us meeting up, like Moore's Garage and Gina, meeting up at a car show somewhere, which would be awesome. What is it? What do you got, GB? What are you building? And I got TikTok on one device and I got YouTube on the other. So when it seems like I'm talking to myself, I swear I'm not. Although I do that pretty frequently. Oh, heck yeah. GB, that's what I did in this. I think I stopped explaining it because I got distracted, and that happens. But this is the original engine for the Charger, and I put in a 1973 440 from a motorhome in this one. But it's not built. It literally is just stock, which is one thing I like about those motorhome 440s. They got a lot of potential. Why is that, Tyler? Do you think it's fake? Just tell me. Just tell me. Potentially it does, Mopar. Okay, this 73 is after they were detuned, so it's a little bit weaker, and it doesn't have that sound like even the 69 383 has. Landon, are you and Tyler calling me out? If you are, just say so, because I'm curious. Well, here's the deal, Landon and Tyler. The thing is, like, AuxAuto is an automotive nonprofit, and I come in here and I try to promote it. I basically pay the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicles safe or operational. And I don't have a problem proving it. I got to back up my YouTube music. I don't function without tunes. If you follow my cars, I'll go touch one of the cars. And look at my hands. I'm so dedicated that I'll touch one of the cars with my dirty hands. Landon, there you go. Tyler, did you already did it? Did you already did it? Andy, that's another thing. So sometimes I do work on cars here. Like, for instance, hold on, Tyler and Landon. They're here for me. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah. I'll be back. Smooth jams. My most sincere apologies. Nicholas, I'm back too. I may have missed a few things. But Andy, I was talking to you about the I don't so I don't really work on cars here for other people anymore, but I do occasionally. One of the last ones I did is there was somebody who their kid needed, their Ford Focus needed wheel bearings or something, and those are the pressed-in kind, not the ones you can replace. But they're pretty well off, right? They didn't really need help. So her parents were like, "Oh no, do it, and then we'll pay you whatever." And then whatever they paid me was a donation to AuxAuto kind of thing. But yeah, I'd be interested in something like that. Depends on what it is. What's the pop-up Miata? Big country. Also, the law drove by. Yeah, we can go look at it here in a minute. It's on the rack, so I don't want to start it. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't dislike them. I don't really think I'd fit in it. I had a hard enough time trying to fit in a 1981 DeLorean. Yeah, Tyler, this is a seat from a 1969 Newport. So I've got this Imperial project, and it's got some rusted out structure, and I found a 69 Newport down in San Antonio, Texas, for like $500 or $600, I don't remember. So I drove from Nashville to San Antonio to pick that donor car up so I could cut the floor out of it and some of the structure in a couple of parts, because they don't make those reproduction stuff for the C-bodies. And this was the seat in it, and I put it on a wood roller thing, so it's got wheels and I can just roll it around the shop. Now, I don't have any Mustangs, but I had a 64.5 Mustang that I was working on out here for a lady that bought it in '74 for $500, but it sat for about 15 years. Now, I don't have any Camaros in here. No, but it's a '74 New Yorker. Hey Colton, you ever get somebody that's got a Detroit diesel? I might be interested in it. Thank you, Steve. B&G Tire was popping. Man, one day too late. I just bought tires for this '69 Charger. Yeah, sure. I like Fords. I like Ford work trucks, and I also have a deep fascination with Ford's history. Yeah, Colton, I want to put a Detroit diesel in a 1969 Imperial. No, Tyler, I've got a couple other projects in other buildings out here on the Auxland complex. Auxland is what I call this place out here. My shop is on there. On the AuxAuto, I run out of the shop. I'm around Nashville, B&T. Except I claim Nashville, but I'm pretty far from Nashville. I'm way out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, dude. A Chevy with a Detroit. I just think it would be cool to pull up in a '69 Chrysler Imperial. You know, it's longer than my work truck over here. And with the air brake system in it. Somebody actually had mentioned that on one of these lives, putting a diesel in there, and I can't stop thinking about it. And I'm trying to get some of these other projects done and out of the way before I can start that. Kurt, good call on the Plymouth Roadrunner. It's a 1969. I just watched Mark Warman talking about the '69 Roadrunner on one of his videos. Yeah, Asher, let's do it. I got TikTok on one device and YouTube on the other, but I don't really have a lot of people ever on YouTube. So we'll go take a cruise around here. We'll see what's up. I'll do this a couple times throughout the night, but you don't have to look at this guy. We're just gonna switch this around. So this is the original engine for the 1969 Dodge Charger that's over there. I took it out because it spun a cam bearing, and then I put this 1973 440 in it. This truck is not mine. This is one that I'm getting running for somebody else. Cleaned it up a little bit. Got it to where it's running, but I got to put a fuel tank in it. This is my 68 Chrysler 300. Yeah, B&G, that I think we just had that there at the Nashville Speedway. I didn't get to go to it. This has got an original 68 440 in it. Obviously with some new parts, because I like the design. This is an AC car, but the AC doesn't work. But this 440's got some cojones. The 440 that I got here is from 1973. It's lacking. And it does. This one and the 74. They both just float down the road, which is weird because these two B bodies, you can feel all the bumps. So these ones, not so much. No, Kirk, it's not a letter car. This isn't really worth a whole lot of money. I actually got this car first when I got back into working on cars. I was trying to find out a Charger because I'm more familiar with Chargers, and I couldn't find one, so I ended up with this 1968 Chrysler 300. But one of the cool things about this car, I don't have my flashlight anymore, but the lady I bought from, she took the plastic that was from the dealership. She took the plastic off the seat, and I bought this in 2019. And then I took the plastic off the rear seat. She took the plastic off the front seats to take pictures of it. But they're gloriously preserved. Matthew, pretty much all of them. The 318, the 360, the 340. The 383 was a beast. This is the 69 Charger. Relatively originally here. I did the genealogy on this car and I tracked it down to Bowling Green, Kentucky, and I talked to a guy named Judah Diggs who bought it from the original owner back in the late 90s. And when he bought it, this is originally a B5 blue car, and when he bought it, he painted it orange, not this orange, but he painted a racing strap on the back of it. He used to have a vinyl top on it, and he painted the hood scoop black. So it had a kind of sport look to it. And then this got done like this in about 2007. So he told me that he replaced the seats in it, which makes sense because they're just a little bit of a different hue for the back ones. Slant 6, Matthew engine structure. Great engine also. This is the 440 from the 1973 RV with a dual smoke. It's a runner. I mean, the car's it's a runner, it's a driver. This is the 74 New Yorker. And I gotta patch this. This is an A1 Corvette. This car, get over here.
This car is a donation to AuxAuto, automotive nonprofit. We're still figuring out what to do with this car. When I got it, the whole thing looked like this. So I've been trying to make it look a little bit better. I got it running, put tires on it, but I'm not sure what we're gonna do with it because the guy that's donating it is either I'm either gonna buy it from him, see what he wants for it, fix it up and set up things, finish of it, or we're just gonna have it donate it. I'm not sure if it's a promo card or not. These are the, let me show you this couch. Bro, what's up, bro? Yeah, actually, this one I just pulled out of one of the other buildings, so it's still, it's just dirty. I also forgot to put a muffler on it. Sounds like a dadgum truck. Yeah, stickers. I cut the muffler off because it leaked. I had to run into in town because it's like 30 or 45 minutes anywhere to go get stuff. And I had a whole list of stuff, except the problem is I don't make a list. I just think that I can remember it, and then I got back and I was like, that's the whole reason I went there. And then I parked it, and I hadn't started it for probably 13 months up until yesterday. And then the 300. Got its original 3 in it. I took this on a 600-mile road trip up to Michigan, and I was having some cooling issues, so I replaced the water pump in the radiator. But this thing got the original engine, original paint, original rust, original interior, original paperwork. So it's one of my favorites. And then these are the tires for the Charger. And my starter cord. These tires are from 2009. It's probably time to replace them. Yeah, Kirk, it fixed the overheat issue. I also the gauge for the temperature gauge wasn't working, so I had to rewire the temperature gauge and mount that in there. Just because I don't want to. Here's the coolest custom model. What's up, Cody?
Man, the fumes from that 74. Whew! Appreciate it, Cody, or Code. I didn't just outright buy any of those. I've worked on them. I put time and effort and energy into them. I got a lot of sentimental value in a couple of them. Oh, raging! I literally just sat down from showing them all. I will do it again, though. That's the thing. Um, and I don't do it like in a not baiting you to stay here, but I'll do it again towards the end. I'll probably be on here for another maybe 30 to 45. I just come on here to try to promote my automotive nonprofit, AuxAuto. It's an automotive nonprofit that provides financial mechanical assistance to people that depend on transportation for a living. I basically pay the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicle safer operational, and then I come on here and I try to promote it, get people to subscribe and follow, and showcase some of the projects that I have out here at my shop. All right, Anthony, thanks for hanging out. Like I always say, being here, man, that's what I'm looking for, is just support. So I do appreciate it. I feel like I'll see you again at some point, Anthony. I also try to make stupid videos on my TikTok, so maybe you'll see those come and go. Would you get paid by likes on live? I don't know, but I think that would be cool. Appreciate it, Kirk. I have made some money on TikTok though, but it's like $56. $56 a month. That's pretty good. But it all goes towards AuxAuto. Yeah, I do, Kirk. I need everything. I'll take everything. Somebody mentioned Whistle and Diesel. I actually was looking for Alcola today, but I guess Walmart doesn't have it. But he also, like, he gets a lot of crap, but I got a lot of crap in the beginning too. I still get a lot of crap because people think that I'm just an extended warranty thing, but that's not what I do. And sometimes it's a little harder to explain. Or some people get upset because I'm trying to provide something for people that are having a hard time, and some people get upset about that for some reason, and then they say nasty things. But there was one video where he was making a speech up on one of his properties that he bought, and it was just like the haters. It's like his big monster truck. It was fueled by haters' tears. And I like what he does. I'm a huge fan of him. And it was kind of motivating, I guess, to hear him talking about that. And he's a young dude, and he's making it. So I don't know why anybody would discredit him for that. Plus, he's funny. I don't think people get his humor. It's kind of like Mark Warman. People hate him because they think he's a butthead, but I don't think they get the humor, and they don't see through it. Like, I think you have to be on kind of a different level to get that humor. Like, they're literally making fun of themselves, and I guess people don't really see that. So anyway, yeah. Well, the crazy thing, Andy, is I'm also in Tennessee. Not far from where he is, not far from where Vice Grip is, not far from where Sleeper Dude is. They're all really close to here. And they're also very successful. Appreciate it, Chris. I also love the orange car. Thank you, sir. Mr. Reamser. Yeah, Andy. I think also when he moved to Tennessee, though, I mean, obviously he's made a pretty good living because before I think he was doing things. I think he got a lot of stuff. He got a lot of hate when he was trashing that $100,000 Ford truck, and that's when people started getting whiny about it. But I mean, that's the kind of stuff we did in high school. We just didn't have YouTube then, so I think it was great, and I thought it was great, and I still think it's great. I just don't know. I think honestly, I think people just, I think people just get jealous at other people's success. I think it's great. I like seeing people succeed. But I think once he got to that certain level where you can just randomly go buy an excavator, people just don't like it. But I think it's great. I think it's great watching it. And I'm going to continue to. Under the hood of the green car, that's a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner, and it has a Plymouth Roadrunner 383 in it. It actually was, I wanted to keep it original. Yeah, Nathan, with the TNN, I wanted to keep it original, but I could never get the thing tuned right, and I was having issues with it. So finally, I took the engine out, and I disassembled it, and I took it to a machine shop, and they're like, man, good thing you did this because the thrust bearings are worn out, your crankshaft is shifting, and if you kept driving it like this, then you would have torn it up. So we got a new crank. They machined it. They ground the cam, put new piston heads on it, bored it out 30 thousandths over, and now it's running like a brand new engine, probably with a little bit more than its original 335 horsepower. And, you know, not long after that, I drove that car up to Michigan, and I drove all back roads, 12 hours, split it up in 2 days, stayed at an Airbnb, 600 miles up to Michigan, 600 miles back, 1,200 miles in that car. And it drove so great because on the back roads, you know, you're maxing out at like 55 miles an hour. When I say back roads, I'm not talking about like mostly highways. I'm talking about, I was on some farm roads. I was on gravel roads. I was on roads like Jim Hicks Drive or Martin's Farm Road. So it was gorgeous scenery through America's heartland in a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner. Just thumping. No radio, no nothing. Just me, my thoughts, and 392 cubic inches, I guess. I don't know what it would be. Oh man, I got one phone on TikTok and one on YouTube. I'd look it up. I don't remember what a 383 board 30 thousandths over would be. If somebody could do the math, that would be great. Senator Stubby, what you mean green's green? I worked really hard to get these cars. Matter of fact, see, this is from this 68 today because this little SOB decided that it doesn't want to be, it doesn't want its points to separate. So I had to figure that out. And then once I got that figured out, the starter decided it was going to die in a plume of smoke. But I did get it started so I could pull it in here. It's not Senator. This is my shop. This is the shop of AuxAuto. It's out here on the Aux Land Complex. AuxAuto is an automotive nonprofit. I basically pay the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicle safer operational. And I come out here, my shop, and showcase my projects like the 68 300, the 69 Charger, the 74 New Yorker, the 69 Roadrunner, and a couple other things I got out in another building. And I come on here and I just try to get people to follow and subscribe, and hopefully one day all of those subscriptions and follows turns into some kind of income and I can pay for all these AuxAuto assists that I do. I've done 15 of them so far to the tune of about 15,000 bucks. They average out to about 1,000 a piece. Sometimes they're less. Replacing a battery these days costs 350 bucks. I've done AuxAuto assists for 350 bucks and I've done them for 2,500 bucks. Twisted, you got it. But yeah, Senator, this is my sanctuary, my shop, my place. Matter of fact, if you follow along, you'll see a bunch of other videos. Of course, I really got into AI here recently, so you can tell which ones are fake. Like I just made a video of me turning right in my 69 Charger, and then a turbo boost out of the back of it and it flies away. Obviously, that's not real, but the Charger's real. No Chevelle fire cross. Oh, that is a Charger. I think I missed some stuff. My most sincere apologies. And I went live every the fire cross, that 69 Plymouth Roadrunner. It's a it's got a 383 in it. Oh yeah, Reamser. It's a good feeling when you get that thing going and it runs. Dakota Country, well, what's wrong with your truck? I don't work on cars here anymore. Now I coordinate with shops around where people live, and usually it's done through a person that I know, somebody that I know through somebody that I know, because I have to have a vetting process. I have had some donors, and I have to be able to explain to them that I don't just hand money out. So I've got to have some sort of vetting process to where I can prove that the money's going to somebody who needs their car fixed. What's up, Trigger? Yeah, Twister, I take, when I drove up to Michigan this summer, I took this one to a show up there. I just took this one to a show for a fundraiser for a church. JDS, I'm getting new tires on the General, so I got it on the lift. I took the tires off so I could take them to the shop. I've got, these old Chryslers, the left side right is loose and the right side right is loose. But I've got different size lugs and some studs were replaced, so they're all different. So instead of having the shop figure that out, I'll just take the wheels off it and I'll take them there and they can put new tires on it. Everett, sorry I missed you. Night's going pretty good. I got TikTok over here and I got YouTube over here. Everett, sorry if I missed you, but no, I'm good. How you doing? Very nice, very nice. Trigger, I think I was supposed to check out one of your videos and I didn't get a chance to do that. Wait, did I? Oh, I can't remember now. Or did you send me it? What up, Zachary? That's right, Everett. The king of multitasking. Twisted rocking that 300. What's in the 300? Is it a 392? Heck yeah. I think a lot of people underestimate the 300s because I mean, they're the same subframe, and I don't think people realize that the 300s were SRTs also. Yeah, and the 5.7. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, so is the 6.4. Gabriel from Brazil, que pasó, amigo? Sid, that is a 1974 Chrysler New Yorker. This one is. This one is a 1968 300. Can I wreck the General Lee? I would rather not, to be quite honest with you. If you had the opportunity, would you take a 92 RT Viper or a what? Yeah, I would love to have one. Oh, I thought you meant Stark. I thought you meant wreck it. No, I got it on the lift, and I don't want to start it while it's on the lift. I got all the wheels off of it because I'm getting them replaced, or the tires replaced tomorrow. So I got the wheels off of it. But I usually do that, and that's one of the things. I think that's why I burnt the starter out in the 300. So I got to replace that. I'm picking one up tomorrow. Stark, that's like asking your favorite band, your favorite song, your favorite kid. Like you love them all for different reasons. I like the Charger because this was a me and dad project from way back in the day. And so it's kind of like our thing. This 68 was the first car that I got when I got back into working on cars in 2019. The 74, I just like it a little bit less, but I still like it. The 69 Roadrunner I like because of the story behind it, and I know a whole lot about the original owner, and he kept a lot of the documentation and paperwork on it. And there's a lot of people in that family that are familiar with that car because it's been a part of their life for so long. So now I'm kind of, I have it as a part two. It's next generation. Appreciate it, boy. Plus, I got an 88 Fifth Avenue outside on like a concrete display thing, and I also like it because that's the first car that I jumped so far that I damaged the frame, and it also was the first car that my kid jumped all four wheels off the ground at Holly Mo Party 2 years ago. Maybe he's got a 67 Mopar. What is it? Yeah, I did get a little bit of heat from the M-Body families jumping that 88 Fifth Avenue. But honestly, if I want to find a couple more of them, because I want to put a dirt track out here at the property here at Auxland, and I want to be able to make videos of, jumping cars. Well, I'm just gonna have to wait for that. I just don't like it when the music hops. Appreciate it, Cam. I also love the General Lee. God, I'd love to have a Daytona Hemi, but I'd be very tempted to sell it. Aloha. Oh, Malman. I haven't seen you in a while. When I first started doing lives, oh, Maui Man, sorry. When I first started doing lives, I didn't really get how it was working. This is like a month ago. Maui's got a charger, and he's in Hawaii. And I randomly pushed his little invite to video chat. So then I sit there and video chat while his wife is in the store. And we're just like talking about chargers. You remember that, Maui? It was kind of funny. Yeah, I hear you. It would be hard to get rid of a Daytona Charger, but honestly, like if I had one, I mean, if somebody gave me one, it'd be different. But I feel like I could also get like 6 piece of crap Chargers for the price of one Daytona Charger, and I could have a lot more options of projects. Yeah, it was kind of funny, Maui. It's also cool that you got a General Lee in Maui. Un momento. Starting to get chilly out there. Dumb question. Was the movie car a 383, a 440? I can't recall. The as the storyline goes, it was a 440. But they used 317 of those Chargers in the Dukes of Hazzard, and all the small blocks, the 318s, were used for jumping, and then the 383s and the 440s were used for doing the stunt stuff. That's why they were in the opening scene of that show. When the car does the really big jump, like the however long that was, you can see the camera mounted on the side of it. That jump, that was done with nitrous in a small block. Yeet, this is a 1969 383. It's the original engine for the Charger. I got it sitting there because I thought it would look cool. But this one spun a cam bearing, and it's the original engine. So it cost more to get this thing rebuilt than it was to find a 440 from a 1973 RV to put it in here. So now that's what's in here, and it's just a cruiser. Twisted, sort of. When the show came out in 79, 69 Chargers were basically 10 years old, and they were buying those things for $500. So they weren't really worth anything at the time. Chase, I'm getting new tires tomorrow. I've been riding on tires from 2009 on this Charger, and it's time to replace them. So I took them off. So when I go to the tire store, I can just take the tires there, replace them, then bring them back here and put them on. A 361. Oh, it's a 66. Yeah, Maui. That's that one with you know what I'm talking about? They had that the camera was mounted on the side of the car. Yeah. I never saw that. I never saw that as a kid. Never saw it. And even when the show came back on in like the late 90s, still never saw it until it was pointed out in a video that I watched. Yeah, it was. It was the longest jump at the time. Uh-oh, Kay's in here. We're fitting to get real. Colton, where are you at? Here, I'm going to screenshot this because I might be interested in that. It's not too far from Nashville. Yeah, what's up, bruh? Shoo. Yeah, Kay, what's up, cuz? Triple Z. Ask KFYE if they're real. Colton, I'm going to message you. I will forget tonight and I'll forget tomorrow, but then randomly I will remember that. What's up, Jeremiah? Where you guys at, man? You could be out here working on your Camaro. And Colton, I might actually honestly be interested in that because that's kind of the direction I want to go with that 69 Imperial. And I don't know anything about a Detroit diesel, but if I had the engine, I could figure it out. And I think that's what I want to do with that. Nicholas, thanks for hanging out. You being here helps me promote my automotive nonprofit, so I do appreciate it. I hope he's got a helmet on. We'll see you, Nicholas. Yeah, I'll be on here tomorrow. Got that funk playing in the background. Yeah, Maui, they did that. What's up, Rylan? That's the story with the whole Dixie horn. Somebody had that horn in their car as they were driving by, and then the producers got them to chase down the car and buy the horn from them just for the show. Ricky, I don't know how in the you talking about the Charger? No, that's not. That's mine. Whistling Diesel's got like 1,200 horsepower. This one's got like 12. It's got an RV engine from the 1973 RV. Look at my hands. Every time I point, I feel like I've got frostbite on my fingers. I should probably wash my hands. But this is from this 1968 300 from today. First of all, it started, and then I had to readjust the points in it. And then when I got those readjusted, the starter decided to die in a plume of smoke. What up, Meow? Hanging out again. That's what I'm doing all week, trying to get to 5,000 on TikTok and trying to get to 1,000 on YouTube. I got TikTok over here like I do and YouTube over here. Oh, Colton, I love doing burnouts. I just can't afford all the tires. I am trying to get a tire machine out here. I tried to get that one from on TikTok shop on Vivor. I wanted to see. I messaged them to see if they would send me one for free to make a video of it, but I don't really have enough on people on here for them to do that. Spam with K gave me a finger heart. Well, thank you. What's a finger heart? This? Look at my hands. That's like a finger apple. That's like a rotten finger apple. That's what I want to do with this. There's an 81 Corvette parked back here, and I want to turn that into just a burnout car. Burnout promo car for AuxAuto. Dang, Meow. Heck yeah, hook it up, man. Dude, if it's during a time that I could FaceTime or something, I'd even be willing to do that. That would be cool. Effingham, Illinois. I have heard of Effingham. Because every time I hear that city, I don't know if I've been there. I probably have, but I don't remember. But I feel like there's a conversation between two people where someone says, man, I got to go to Ham tomorrow. And then someone else goes, oh, effing Ham. Sage, you are correct. That is a generally 1969. Yeah, Trigger, dude. You guys got to go look at Trigger's piston carving. Talk about artistic. That is some cool stuff. And Trigger, I will buy that. You don't have to do that for free. I will buy one of those. But he'll literally take... I was talking to him about these candles that I was trying to make with pistons, and he literally takes these and like carves them into faces and designs and stuff. It's really pretty awesome. It's kind of like when people make the clocks out of timing chains, which I would like to do also. But you got to look at them. It's pretty cool. I think I've actually seen, Trigger, some of your work before I knew that you did that, because other people had reposted videos of it and I saw it. Robert, I claim Nashville, but I'm way out in the country and I'm not really I'm not walking distance to Nashville, but that's what I claim. Sage, you talking about the Charger? That's right, Trigger. No, it's not an original TV show. It was originally, this Charger was a white hat special. It was a B5 blue with a black vinyl top on it with a 383 in it. It changed hands a few times. I tracked down the genealogy of that car, and I tracked it down to a guy named Duder Biggs in Bowling Green, Kentucky, that bought it from the original owner back in the mid-90s. And then he painted it orange, put a racing stripe on it, did a bunch of work to it, and then sold it to a guy named Eric. And then we bought it from Eric in 1997. No, Jared, I leave that to the 1988 Chrysler Fifth Avenue that I got. Matter of fact, my own daughter jumped that car first before I did. All four wheels off the ground, jumped 1988 Chrysler Fifth Avenue. Dang, Robert. NASCAR and IndyCar. That's right, you did. Robert coming in from North Carolina. North Carolina. Ernie, I missed it. What are you talking about? Man, what is that, a squirrel? That's right, Sage. We Nashville. Trigger back when it was Winston Cup. That's the real deal right there. Tracking down a VIN of a car owned. I'm not sure your methodology on that sentence, but are you talking about how to track one down? Sage, you kidding me? Yeah, I know Murfreesboro. I went to school there, for crying out loud. Heck yeah. 5,000, that's because you spam. 440, where you at? Matt? Oh yeah, you're in Hawaii. Yeah. I stole them. Possession's 9/10 of the law, right? Colton, I wish I could afford all of them. I'd have a 100 by 200 shop and just buy them all. I do too. Sometimes, Maui, that's how I remember things. If it's like 225, 318, 360, 440, 383, 426, or even in the Chevy world, like a 350 or a 454. Ernie, there's a Facebook page called Lost Muscle Cars, and there's a lot of people on there that have access to things where they can track those down, and it might be worth getting on there and posting it and seeing if anybody else can help. I think Trigger's been around the block a time or two, man. You got some cool work history. Definitely. What you mean, nice green screen? Yeah, sometimes it's hard to tell a 318 and a diesel. Definitely, I will prove it, but here's the thing. What I'm doing here, AuxAuto is an automotive nonprofit that provides financial mechanical assistance to people that depend on their transportation for a living. I basically pay the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicle safe or operational. And I come on here and I showcase some of the projects that I have out here at the complex that I call Auxland in my shop, AuxAuto. And I make stupid videos and I try to get people to subscribe and follow along. And hopefully one day all those subscriptions and follows turn into some sort of income that I can pay for my AuxAuto Assist. And I will prove that it's not a green screen, but you got to follow along and help us out. But then you got to tell me what you want me to do to prove it. I do have some things that I think are cool projects. And I come on here and I showcase them. just to get people to subscribe. Full transparency, I'm not ashamed. And then in turn, I can fix people's cars that depend on them for getting through life, for people that are deserving of it. And we cover the shop bills. You going to Oakland? Are you talking about like California or Oakland in Tennessee? If you're talking about Oakland by Murfreesboro, they used to ravage us in football back in the 90s. You going there right now, Sage? Okay, so you know like Riverdale and Stewart's Creek. Yeah. Yeah, I know that very well. Yeah, definitely, but I'm not going to do anything stupid. I'll do something reasonable, but you got to follow along to my automotive nonprofit. I'm trying to get to 5,000 on TikTok, and I've got YouTube also over here. I'm trying to get to 1,000 on there. Because the more people, the more cars I can fix. I've done 15 of them so far, definitely. 15 of them to the tune of about $15,000. They average out to about $1,000 a piece. Although some of them were like $350 and some of them were $2,500. So it really kind of depends. But obviously you follow along. My pinned videos, there's 2 of them that are the last 2 AuxAuto assists. Of course, I make stupid videos about them that aren't like, they're not like documentaries. I used to make long form videos of them, but people don't really seem to enjoy that. Yeah, Rutherford County's got its issues. Now, yeah, I got the tires off. I'm getting new tires tomorrow. I got the wheels and tires off. I'm taking them tomorrow to get new tires on the wheels, so I took them off. Do I like planes? I do. Yeah, definitely they are. I just made a couple of videos about this Charger because I drove it a lot today. I got a lot of videos of the Roadrunner. Meow, I got glass packs on the Charger. They're still pretty mild. But I've got a 73 440 in there, and that's after they were detuned, so it's got a little bit less compression. I can start the Roadrunner. Definitely, will that get me a follow if I start the Roadrunner? Sage, I'm not going to start the Charger because it's actually still on the lift, and I don't really think that's a good idea. All right. Do I have to start it and then you follow, or you follow, then I go start it? Preferably you follow, then I go start it, because you can always unfollow. There we go. All right. This is for definitely. I'll be right back. Man, what happened to my funk music? I think I need a new internet amplifier. Of course, the TV's a piece of crap. That's why it's out here in the shop. You know, maybe it'll come on later. Yeah, definitely. I don't really work on anybody else's car here anymore. Usually, what I'll do, these AuxAuto assists, they come around because of somebody that I know for somebody else. Because I kind of got to have a vetting process. So right now, it's usually through somebody, a friend of a friend kind of thing. Plus, I'm so far out in the country, it doesn't really make any sense to haul cars out here. That's what I used to do with. I got a work truck and a trailer that I'll haul cars around. But now I just haul them to a shop, and I'll coordinate with the shop around near where somebody lives because it seems to be a little more economically feasible. And then out here, I just work on my projects or the stuff that I have in here. Dang, meow, you serious? Like, you talk about likes or followers? Yeah, definitely. Thanks for hanging out. Listen, even if you don't stick around, just being here for the time that you were and the interaction that we had literally helps me promote this thing that I'm trying to do. And hopefully one day, what I want to do is be able to do like one a month, realistically, practically, and I think that would be cool. And or just kind of traveled around to some of these small towns that don't really have public transportation. Because unless you live in like, and I'm in Tennessee, so that's kind of where I focus it because I'm just not that big of a nonprofit. But unless you live in DC or New York or Chicago or San Francisco or LA, you don't have public transportation. And your getting to work is literally depending on you and your vehicle. And I know there's a lot of nonprofits that clothe people, that feed people, that pay their electric bills. But what about the people that have jobs? They try to get to them. They're trying to get to medical appointments. They're trying to get to, pick their kids up from their, you know, the other parent, get to work, get to school. There just isn't anything for that. So that's kind of why I started this thing, and that's what I'm doing. And you being here helps out, so I do appreciate it. Yeah, meow. It's got a 4-cylinder with a CVT transmission in it. Oh, okay, I see. It says Stud Chicken's calling me out. Stud Chicken, if you got to hang around because definitely just kind of did the same thing. I appreciate that. That's cool. Thanks for being here, though. Is Stud Chicken still here? Well, Stud Chicken, if you're still here, I got to fix this tune things, man, because it's so boring without music. What is even happening? Oh, we'll just turn the whole thing off. How about that? Oh yeah, that's fine. We'll just restart the whole television, and it'll still work like a piece of junk. That's cool. That's cool. We'll just restart it 5 times. Oh my goodness. So that happens, I guess, if you're in a giant metal shop. It's like a Faraday cage. Sorry if I lost stud chicken. I got TikTok on one device, I got YouTube on the other, and I got 2 people over on YouTube. Hanging out like some OGs. What's up, Joe Mama? One Arm Bandit. That was the Dukes of Hazzard first show. Yeah, Sage. I feel like we'll probably run into each other at some point at a car show or some event if you're right there in Murfreesboro. I still got a lot of connections to there, but that's cool that you're local. I'm going to actually screenshot you so I can follow you. But anyway, don't get jumped. It's Rutherford County. It's dangerous. Yeah, country, I'd like to. Joe and Mama, no, I'm Tennessee. Yeah, get some sleep. Don't be late. High school is the easiest thing ever to accomplish. All you got to do is go to it. And then do stuff. Yeah, meow. Somebody told me I was over 5,000 already. I think that was you, as a matter of fact. And what's up, David? In Kentucky. I think I know you. Wait. Yeah, but why? Do you race? Dang, meow, you serious? Oh yeah, the yellow car, right? That's awesome, man. I'm I'm glad you came in here that night. Tasmania, yes, they are mostly Mopar. Actually, all of them are. I got a Ford truck over here, but it's not mine. No, Apollo, because if I play things that aren't free, my TikTok gets shut off. Hot Wheels, I appreciate that. No, this is free because it's royalty-free funk music. If you have like commercial music and it gets dinged, they'll shut your TikTok down. Same thing with Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, Moon, if you want to pay $1 million for it, I bet we could work out a deal. Yeah, David, I think I know you. I'm familiar, sir. Spicy. Quite the name you got there. I will show it here in a little bit. I just got done doing it a little bit ago. I come on here. I've got this AuxAuto as an automotive nonprofit. I basically pay the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicles safer operational. I come on here. I showcase some of my projects out here at my shop. I don't work on other people's vehicles here. For the most part, I usually coordinate in the city where they live, and I try to get their vehicles fixed for those that depend on them to get to things like work and school, medical appointments, and stuff like that. Then I come on here and I try to promote my nonprofit. That's what I'm doing here. I've been doing it every night this week because I've afforded myself some time to do it. And apparently Meow just told me I met my goal for TikTok was 5,000, and I'm trying to get 1,000 over on YouTube. The more people that I have, and hopefully the more cars that I can fix for people that depend on their transportation that can't afford it, because everything's expensive these days. Operation Kunderthunt. That is funny. Sounds German. Operation Kunderthunt. Where you go to school, David? Yo, Lunar Outlaw! I don't like to cuss in here, but what the crappin'? Dang, dude. This just made my night right here, y'all. Lunar Outlaw showed up. Man, I tell you what. See this all of this on my hands is from this 68. Getting the points set up, and then when I got that, the starter decided to die in a plume of smoke. I got the Charger. I'm getting new wheels, tires on it tomorrow. I finally got the 74 out of the old one of the old barns, and then the Roadrunner is just running because it's a Roadrunner. I mean, it's not a barn sitter, you know what I'm saying? And then I got the original engine for the Charger over here. I honestly can't believe you're in here. I appreciate it. I tell you what, I've been working on this Ford, and I'm not kidding. The car buddy, when I was taking everything off of that donor truck that I got, and I'm having to blow all that crap off of there, and I wanted to use the carburetor. It literally was the thing that I needed to put on the carburetor while I'm blowing all that crap off, in order to not get anything down into the carburetor. Lunar just made my night, I'll be honest with you. Y'all obviously got to go check him out. I'm a huge fan of him. Matter of fact, Lunar, are you still in here? Check this out. So I'm out in the middle of the country where my shop is, and I do have an issue sometimes, especially in the winter when critters get in here. So sometimes they like to find little places to get into. Oh, dude. This is like exactly what I mean. Look at this little dude. This guy would be inside the engine and screwing it up. But I've got this sitting on there. He would be making a house. If I didn't have that on here, that little dude would be making a living inside my engine. That's the original engine for my 69 Charger. Inviting all of its little buddies over, doing drugs, having babies, infesting my engines. But we just prevented that. Yeah, I got to keep them critters out of your engines and your pants. Life advice from me. Yeah, Braden, I did today. I got glass packs put on the Charger, and tomorrow I'm putting tires on it. I've got the Flowmasters actually in the passenger seat that were on here. They were a little too mellow for me, so I got glass packs put on it. Oh yeah, Lunar builds those things, by the way, which is prints them, which is pretty awesome. It's kind of like one of those things you don't really think you need until you need it. And plus, if you got an engine that you know that you want to use later on, but it's going to sit, pop a cap on it. What were you trying to say, Braden? I probably missed it. I got a short attention span. Sometimes my attention span, whenever I'm thinking about... Do you like donuts? Attention span. Yeah, sometimes... What were we talking about? King, how much did it cost me? So the Charger was the first, aside from my dad's 72 Duster, that was a me and dad thing. And we got this thing back when you could get a Charger for $6,000. And that was a long time ago. So if you're talking about an investment, return on your investment, I'd say it's probably quintupled. But also, when it got redone in 2007, the paint job wasn't cheap. These aren't decals. Those are painted on in the top and the back. And then I got when I took this 383 out of it, I put that 73 440 in it. It ain't cheap, but that's the thing. It's an investment. It's like investing into the S&P 500 or some sort of stock. You got it. It's long term. You got to be in it for the long term. That's honestly why I didn't put the glass packs on there. I took it to a professional. If it was the C-Body, the 74 New Yorker, or the 300, I would have done it myself. But these two cars, this B-Body Charger and this B-Body Roadrunner, they're worth more. So I'll do the work that I'm comfortable doing, but I don't really have the faculty to do the exhaust stuff on it. So I'm going to take it to a professional because eventually somebody else is going to own these cars. They're going to outlive me. They just will. And I don't want them to inherit something that doesn't have any value. Appreciate it, Lunar. Braden, the Corvette's still back there. It's under. You can't really see it right now. It's the donation to AuxAuto, the automotive nonprofit. I think I'm going to turn it into a burnout car or something. But I remember actually Lunar. I appreciate it. When I got this 68 300 is when I got back into cars in 2019. That's when I discovered your channel. Because I've had this for a long time, but I didn't really do any car thing from until about 2019. And when I started working on this car, you were one of the channels that I came across that that inspired me to get another project and get back into it. So I appreciate it. I appreciate that. And actually, I think if I think Lunar hopped off here, but this car originally from the very get-go came from the city that Lunar lives in, which is also kind of cool. Just hanging out in the shop. What's everybody else doing tonight? It is Wednesday, correct? Is it Wednesday or Thursday? Yesterday I thought today was yesterday and today is not today, but today I thought yesterday was tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. It's a Wednesday, thank you. I get those confused quite often. Yeah, I'm going to try to do this also tomorrow night, Friday night. Friday, I probably will have a 1970 satellite in here. Yeah, Braden, but I think he probably meant the glow plugs. I remember talking about that. That's also what's cool about doing this every night is I remember the conversations. Because if I did it once a week, I wouldn't remember what we talked about the week before. And it wouldn't be as fun. Yeah, because Meow, every now and again, he'll say, somebody will come in with a green screen comment, and then Meow will say something about the green screen. Alleged green screen. I still want a Detroit diesel for the Imperial. I meant to do a video of that because it's in another building that's a metal building, so I can't really live stream it. But I could probably do it tomorrow at some point. I'm gonna get up early. I gotta head into town, as they say, and get those tires put on and pick up a starter. But I need to make a video of that Imperial just so the Imperial can stay relevant. They probably look as black as my hands. I need to clean them. That's pretty good, man. Just hanging out in the shop with my friends. Yep, another Larry. That is a 1968 Chrysler, but that's a good eye because that's very close. If I was a judge on a game show, I would give you points for that. That is a 1968 Chrysler 300. Meow, it takes 90 weight WD 4050. Or as they say, Chrysler is a Chrysler. And I would start it, but I can't because the starter decided to die in a plume of smoke today. But I got to give it some credit because it did start the engine enough to be able to pull it in here to the shop. Otherwise, it'd be sitting outside. Mia, I think what you're looking for is the Canooter Snooter. Back in the day, I was involved in a movie project. It was a nonprofit. And our RV broke down. And I blamed it on the Canooter Snooter. And that made it on a t-shirt. And then we sold those t-shirts as merch to raise money for the #1 genetic killer of children in the world, Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And we toured around the country on multiple occasions, showing the movie to film festivals. But it was the Canooter Snooter that died on the RV. That was actually one of the motivations for this AuxAuto project, was a little movie called Darius Goes West. Took up a lot of my my younger years out after college. We did a 50,000-mile road trip in an RV, touring the country, seeing some of the most beautiful places, running into a tornado. It was good times. Braden, you need to get you one of these old Mopars with them torques. Yeah, the cylinder pressure is very important. But also, if your cylinder is made out of a pre-formulated amulite, sometimes that that torque pressure will prevent side fumbling. It's very specific. You may be referring to the turbo encabulator. Or the drag encabulator. What's up, 17th Street? Or 17th Street. Sounds like Detroit. Not much, 17. Just hanging out here in my shop, trying to promote my automotive nonprofit, AuxAuto. I basically pay the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicles safer operational. I come on TikTok on this device, YouTube on this device, and I just try to promote it. Dang, man, that's crazy. I think passing 5,000 can open me up to some ways of making money for my automotive nonprofit too, so I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, 17, I'm just hanging out, shamelessly promoting AuxAuto and just trying to get people to subscribe and follow along, and sometimes talk about some real life stuff if that's what we choose to do. Or talk about car stuff. Cars are relevant to life. Oh, nice. How far along in the project are you, 17? It's a long process, I know. The longest one I've got, I bought I think it was 2020, 69 Imperial. And it's just sitting right now because everything keeps taking precedent over it. And that's what it's all about, 17, that progress. It's slow, but it's happening. Avanda! You trying to sneak in here unnoticed. I think that's what we love about it though, 17. It's like it's a long, slow process, but every little thing is an accomplishment towards the next, and I think that's why we keep doing it. Because I think there are people that they're not really vested in the long term. You know, there's people that want what they want, but they don't want to go through the process to get it. But the process being the journey being the destination, like all of those little things, like once you get done sandblasting it, it's like that's the accomplishment for that section. And then you move on to the next thing, like painting it or whatever, and then that's the accomplishment. And then you kind of live off those accomplishments. But I think there's a lot of us that are like that. Yeah, I think it's really satisfying too. You know, I'm just thinking about this right now, but I think that's the difference in like the mentality of car people. Like you have the big picture of what you're trying to accomplish, but you also recognize the small victories. And I think that's important because I think people forget to do that. Yeah, Braden, if you're out, appreciate you for hanging out. You being here helps me out, and I appreciate that. I don't think anybody really realizes it. Anybody support subscriptions. I, as we say down here in the South, appreciate you. Local hated, are you new here? Are you calling me out, son? If you're calling me out, just say it. Well, here's the deal, local. AuxAuto is an automotive nonprofit, and I basically pay the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicles safe or operational. I come on here, I try to promote it, and I showcase some of my projects. And I will prove to you that it's not a green screen, but you got to follow along because what I need are people like you to support the thing that I'm trying to do. And the thing that I'm trying to do is fix people's cars that can't afford it, people that depend on their transportation for getting to school, getting to work, getting to medical appointments. And I can't really do that without the support of people. Oh, dang, there you go, local. What do you want me to... How do you want me to prove it? I will. My hands are dirty from working on the 68 today, but I know that's not valid proof, but I will prove it. What do you want me to do? Well, I appreciate that. That's the first time anybody's ever said that. No, nothing exciting. I've showed a couple of the cars. I started it, but oh, I swear YouTube is killing me. It's killing me. Okie dokie. Usually I have to turn it off like 7 times. Vanda, that's the actual original engine for the Charger. That's the 383. I thought it would be cool to have it part of the display. Because it was back there next to this little privacy thing that I built for the bathroom. Oh, man, I swear. I think I had, like, every 20 minutes you got to shut YouTube off in order for it to work correctly. That's the problem when your shop is a giant Faraday cage because it's all metal. You just don't get a lot of reception. Vanda, I'm getting new tires on the Charger. And these old Chryslers, the left side are right loose, left tight, and the right side is normal. And some of the lugs were replaced, and some of the lugs are different sizes. So when I went to the tire shop today, I bought the tires that I needed, but I was like, I'm just gonna take the wheels off because some lugs are different sizes and some lugs are reverse thread. And I don't think you guys need to spend time trying to figure that out, so I'll just take the wheels off and bring them there. So I'm gonna get new, I got them stacked up over there, but the tires that I've had on the Charger are from 2009, and honestly, I would rather not have a blowout, which it's not that likely, but that will really screw up my body panels. So yeah, Meow, I got YouTube still going. Oh, there you are. It's all fake. It's all fake on YouTube. Evander, what type of tires? Mia, how are you on both of them? Are you just switching back and forth? 255. Ah, dang it. It's like 255.70. 15's on the back and 225 something on the front. I can't remember. Oh, Hitman, you got it. Yeah, the ones on the back are a little bit bigger. Oh, shoot. You know what? $255, $16.15 on the front. What's up, AK? I think, were you here the other day? Mike, I took the wheels off the Charger. I'm getting new tires tomorrow, and instead of making the tire guys figure out which direction the lugs go and which size lugs are, I'm just going to take the wheels off and take them to them so they can put them on there. Oh, same, Hitman. That's what we love here. A trunk sound test on the Charger. I can show you what's in the trunk. Oh yeah, AK. Yeah. I remember, yep. Yeah, I did like that. That was nice. Oswald, yes, that is a generation. Oh God, you know what I never did? Oh, this bothers me. Now TNN says TNN, not NNT, and the 01 is not 10, it's 01. Yeah, that'd be awesome, Meow. That's all I'm lacking is the tan interior and the push bar and the teardrop CB antenna. Yeah, so Kelpie, is that right? Kelpie Crunch, like Captain Crunch. Yeah, okay, thanks for coming in, man. Man or woman, I just know you make cool edits. But yeah, I appreciate you coming in here. Yeah, the NNT. Yeah, Kelpie, I don't know. I think it's because of my phone. What happens is I got TikTok on one device and I got YouTube on the other. But I think the newer phones, they kind of focus on what's in front and not so much in the back. It's kind of that cinematic thing, even though that's not the setting that I have on there. So it does. Plus, the shop is a little bit brighter than the foreground, so it does look kind of fake. And I get a lot of people that call me out on it. And I welcome it because what I do is I make a deal with them. If I can prove that it's not a green screen, they have to follow either AuxAuto on YouTube or here on TikTok. AuxAuto is an automotive nonprofit. I basically pay the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicle safe or operational. So anybody that follows along helps me in that goal. So I'm not sad about proving it that it's not a green screen. What are you looking for, Colton? But occasionally somebody will back your chair so you can see what the engine. I took the battery out of the. No, what? Why is it open? Why is the hood open? Oh, I did a little walk around earlier and I showed the engine off. No, it's a real 69 Dodge Charger, except it has a 440 from a 1973 RV in it, but it is a 69. It's got the numbers matching engine, which is right here. Originally, it's a 383, but I took that out and I put a 440 in it. But other than that, the whole car is an original car, minus the paint, obviously. I'm still obsessed with it, and I have one. Hitman, where you got to patrol? You might be speaking the same language there, Hitman. You should message me. Ed Crispy. I have yet to meet him. But I want to. I got a lot of friends that are into that in that network, and I've yet to break into that. Who's your uncle, Meow? Thank you, generally. I imagine yours is fantastic as well, but I can't see the picture because it's so small. Tell Jeff I said hey. I'm gonna make sure the coyotes aren't trying to attack. We're safe. We're all safe. I missed a few things, so I apologize. That old 71, oh, you were right on, man. 68 Chrysler 300, that is exactly what that is. That means you know what's up. And I appreciate that. Emphatically appreciate it. Welcome back, Jacob. It's unfortunate that he sold it, but that thing hiding behind that motor is a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner. I am drinking a combination of barley and hops. Soda pop. Barley and hop soda pop. Not the best kind. I'm on a low carb thing I got going on, so it's not anything that is very tasteful, to say the least. Or anything that I would be that I would admit to. But it's not White Claw. Yeah, Meow knows what's up. Built a drag car out of a Valiant. That's pretty cool. That old 71, were they a 2-door or 4 doors? The one that I got's a 4-door. I like the 2 doors, but man, that rear quarter panel is so long. I guess I have yet to get used to it. Cucumber lemon water. Sounds delicious. Yeah, I figure with a drag car, it's probably a 2-door. I get a lot of dislike from the 2-door families about the 4-door. But yeah, the 68 that I got, it's a 4-door. Sent the rod into the cow field. Ah, that's unfortunate. I'm hanging out here in my shop, trying to promote my automotive nonprofit, AuxAuto. I basically pay the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicles safe or operational. And I come on here and I showcase some of the stuff that I do, and I make stupid videos and I post them. I just try to get people to follow along, subscribe, and hopefully one day those things turn into some sort of income that I can use to pay for these AuxAuto assists. That's what I call them. I have made some money doing it. And not much, but it's kind of cool that you can do that by just being on live and hanging out and talking to people and getting to know people. And hopefully one day I can do like one a month. I've done 15 of them so far, to the tune of about $15,000. They average out to about $1,000 a piece, but sometimes they're $350 and sometimes they're $2,500. But on average, it's about $1,000. So if I could raise or make $1,000 a month from follows and subscriptions and all the stuff that I try to sell on here, then I think that would suffice, and I can make up the difference. But that's what I'm doing, so I got to throw that in there every now and again. Kelpie, and that's the cool thing, because I don't come on here asking for like financial donations, or I don't come on here asking for money. I literally just want your support, and that's all I'm looking for. And it's free to do, and that helps me more than anybody really understands. So I appreciate that more than sending money. So that's where we are. Historic gamer dude. Appreciate it, bruh. Are you like, historic gamer, as in like the NES, the original one. Yeah, Meow, that's true, but there was only 3 Chris Benjamins, and I don't think 3 Chris Benjamins are going to do the trick. Not this time. Maybe next time. Yeah, that's cool. Honestly, that's the thing. Being here, you don't even have to stick around for that long. Just being here and then understanding what I'm trying to do, and then following along. That's cool, and hopefully something comes of it. That's why I wear this jacket. That's why I hang out here in my shop, and I got my projects back here, because I want you to stop, and I want you to be like, "What's this dude doing? What's this dude doing with the green screen?" And then when I explain it to them, and then I prove that it's not a green screen, they're like, "Oh, that's cool. He's actually trying to make things better for people, trying to make lives better for other people. That's cool. I will." And that's kind of what I'm looking for. So you don't have to stick around, but just being here for whatever amount of time that you're here is much appreciated. Tanner, the charger is up on the lift, and I don't want to start it while it's on the lift. Dude, if you, Meow, honestly, like if you were gonna throw in the watermelon Jolly Ranchers, maybe, but blue, absolutely, absolutely not. No blue Ranchers, no way. Not in my lifetime. That old 71, the 68 300's got a 440 in it. I think it's not my reception. I think it's the YouTube channel. Kelpie, the one, it'd probably be a Hemi Charger. Honestly, it would be for the value for it, but what I would, the one for me would be a Charger where everything absolutely unequivocally works, no leaks, dependable, and I could literally drive it every single day. I don't even care if it was a 318, but if it was one where everything was functional, 100% solid, that would be the one, because I would want to drive it every single day, and it'd be my daily. It's just so quiet with no music playing. Yeah, Tyler, I can start the Plymouth. I think I'm going to get off here in just a minute, so I can do another round of tour thing. Oh, Dennis, man. So I've got TikTok on one device, and I got YouTube on the other. And Dennis, I feel like I have been ignoring you, so I apologize. This is a 383 that's on the stand. It's the original engine that goes into this 1969 Dodge Charger. I took it out because it spun a cam bearing, and I replaced it with a 440 from a 1973 RV. What you got, one Ellie? I got to get my music back playing. I don't know what happened here. Oh, let's see if this will start. We got music and cars starting. We got everything going on here. On AuxAuto's channel, a 501c3 nonprofit that provides financial and mechanical assistance to people that depend on their transportation for a living. I basically pay the shop bills for people that depend on their transportation for getting through life. The shop is like a giant Faraday cage, so occasionally the signal cuts out. I've got TikTok on one device, I got YouTube on the other, and I've got a wireless booster amplifier right here next to it. So sometimes it doesn't connect to the TV that's in the back of the shop. Is that my firing order there, big guy? Heck yeah, I want to leave. I did too. And that's why I wear this hat, because this hat was the network that brought the show back. Killer Clown, did you just wake up from a bad dream? Jody, that is a 1969 Dodge Charger. Yeah, you can hang out here as long as you want to, Killer. We're going to eliminate your bad dreams. We're going to change your focus on things that have nothing to do with the things that are causing your bad dreams, and we're going to alter those into a state of euphoria for you so you can sleep peacefully. Yeah, Killer, the dreams will get you. They'll bring back some of those demons, but it's up to us to figure out how to manage those demons. And honestly, a lot of it has to do, for me personally, is this place that I'm at. This is my oasis, my sanctuary away from the things that haunt me at night. And it's pretty essential to my mental health and well-being. Dab, what's up? I got to tell you again, man, thanks for the direction on that whole torsion bar thing. This is the original engine for the Charger. I got it sitting here. I haven't painted it. It's just kind of hanging out, but I thought it would be cool in the background. Oh, Jody, I need a push bar. I don't have one. It's one of the things I'm lacking. This particular replica General doesn't have the push bar, the tan interior, or the teardrop CB antenna that's in the back of it. Charger's got a 1973 RV 440 in it. Yeah, Tyler, it is a 1969 Dodge Charger. Sometimes you got to watch movies that remind you of the things that aren't reminiscent of whatever's giving you the nightmares. Maybe some royalty-free funk music helps. Or coming on live for a guy that's trying to promote his automotive nonprofit And occasionally we talk about real things and real situations in real life because, you know, the whole automotive and car thing is really reminiscent of real life. When things happen to your car, you got to figure out what the problem is. You got to figure out how to fix it, and then you got to fix it. Hey, Tyler, I had mountain music on last time, but it kept cutting out also. You know what, Killer? I will do that, and I will do that for you. I just did it, and I usually don't do it. But I want you to think about this tonight instead of everything else, so I will. Hang on 1 second. It smells like burned 100% premium 93 octane gas in here right now. That's what you got to think about. When you go to sleep tonight, think about that. And let it give you comfort and solace. That is the exhaust note to a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner 383 with X-pipe to glass packs spitting out right in front of the rear wheels. That is music to our ears. I would start the Charger, but it's a little bit more mellow, but it's also still on the lift. It's not actually floating. I would start the 68, but when I was working on it today, the starter decided to die in a plume of smoke. And then the 74 New Yorker is just loud and obnoxious, and it's got some engine issues. I got about 2 more minutes, so I'm gonna head out of here because I got to get up early in the morning. I got to take these tires or the wheels from the Charger to the tire store to get new tires put on them. When was your last day, Randy? Today? Yeah, Killer. I appreciate you hanging out, man. But literally, think about that 335 horsepower. Tantalizing the brain. Dang, happy retirement, Randy. Thanks for coming in here. 28 years. That's right, pork chop. Bet you learned a thing or two there, Randy. Hopefully now you can work on projects because you want to work on them, not because you have to for somebody else. Yeah, Dab, that's one of my ultimate things, man. I'd love to put... Honestly, I'd like to put a elephant in this 74 New Yorker. I think that would be cool because nobody would expect that. That have a elephant engine in a 74 living room. Meow, I would encourage that one 100%. A straight up trade for an 87 Fox body for a Trackhawk? Yeah, I would have done that yesterday. Tell her I said I appreciate it. And if she thinks that that car sounds good, then you know that she's a wise person and you've got somebody that you can count on. So when you have these issues that you have, you've got somebody that's on your team, that's in your court, that's in your corner. Yeah, Coulter, the Charger runs, it's just on the lift, so I don't want to start it while it's on the lift. It gets a little shaky. All right, it's 2300. I'm going to sign off of here because I'm going to go to bed. I got to get up early. AuxAuto is an automotive nonprofit that provides financial mechanical assistance to people that depend on their transportation for a living. I basically pay the shop bills for people that can't afford to make their vehicles safe or operational. I've done about 15 of them so far, to the tune of about 15,000 bucks. So just being here, hanging out, talking, chatting, commenting, watching my stupid videos on either TikTok or YouTube, it helps out. Hopefully I can do it a lot more in the future. I think there's a lot of people out there that are really busting their butts to make a living or make something or make a difference in this world. And the only thing holding them back is the fact that they can't get there. There's a lot of nonprofits that help clothe and food and pay electric bills and stuff like that, but we forget that people need to get to the place to provide them with the things that they need to live. And that's what I do. So I do appreciate everybody being here. I'm trying to do this every day this week except for Saturday. I was trying to get to 5,000 people on TikTok and 1,000 on YouTube, and apparently I passed the 5,000, so I've made one goal. So now my next goal is going to be more than that, because the more people that come on here, the more people that I can help out. But anyway, I should be here tomorrow. Anyway, I do appreciate